What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including breaking news as Vince McMahon just underwent major surgery. What are these mystery skulls about in WWE? More signs on where AEW stars are going to end up? A top star missing SummerSlam? Is Saraya frustrated by AEW's booking? Bad news with Vince McMahon? And much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at mystery skulls in WWE. At top of today's news are the creeptastic clues that have been appearing in the WWE and whether they are a harbinger of Bray Wyatt's return. Many fans and pundits believe the WWE is laying the groundwork for a superstar debut or a return. Sportskeeda discussed several times the skulls showed up, including a post-match interview segment on Raw where Becky Lynch played with the skull. Apart from this one, the skull was seen multiple times in WWE segments. It appeared in the background of Damian Priest, Byron Saxton, Katana Chance and Caden Carter a few weeks ago during their respective segments. The social media megastar Logan Paul was seen acknowledging the skull recently on Monday Night Raw. Many fans believe that this is WWE's way of foreshadowing Bray Wyatt's return, as much as it did with the White Rabbit clues last year. Some fans have also pointed out how Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse puppets appeared in the backstage segments before the Funhouse's 2019 debut. Do you think the skulls are tied in with Wyatt, or are they just something else? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Vince McMahon undergoes major surgery. Now, according to PW Insider, TMZ.com reported today that the WWE head Vince McMahon, who is age 77, just underwent spinal surgery recently. In speaking to a WWE sources this afternoon, they were told that this was a major spinal surgery last week. He is currently recovering from what is described as an intense hours-long procedure. TMZ managed to report that it was a 4-hour-long surgery. Of course, we will provide you with any updates that come along, but as for now, we wish Vince a fast and full recovery. Next up, more signs on where AEW stars are going. Will Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks head for the WWE once their AEW deal expires, which is believed to be around the end of this year? At one point it seemed like all three wrestlers were giving serious thought to working in Titanland, but recent developments suggested otherwise. While things can change, it's believed that the three wrestlers intend to stay together when they re-up with AEW, join the WWE or head elsewhere. Indeed, fans noted Kenny Omega's post-match promo after Blood and Guts episode of Dynamite as evidence of this. NoDQ.com's Aaron Riff recalled, Kenny Omega cut a promo to the live crowd and said as long as he's an active wrestler, he's going wherever the Young Bucks go. However, as Dave Meltzer pointed out, none of those involved have said that if that is what the line meant. This week's Observer has information on what the WWE believes will happen. We do know from a WWE standpoint that months ago they had the impression that they had a good shot at Omega in 2024, and he was the most coveted of all the guys being talked about like Jay White and the others. That has gone cold, so they do believe he's staying with AEW. The Observer noted that it appears that AEW will have the money to match any offer the WWE makes, and it's worth noting that WWE legally can't speak with Omega or the Bucks until their deals actually expire. Tony Khan making these big offers indicates hopes or thoughts of a huge rate increase, in which case big money deals make economic sense. But as we noted weekly, television is in a weird state right now, and it's the least stable it has ever been, and for TV to commit to something new years in the future will be interesting. Many industry analysts have been discussed how new rights deals could empower AEW to keep existing talent and continue signing new stars. Whether this rights deal pans out remains to be seen. While the Elite, including Adam Page, could have some fantastic matches in WWE, there's no guarantee whether they find time in the already crowded WWE roster to stay in the main event as they've done during their time in AEW. Despite AEW's bloated roster, the Elite are always in the mix at the top. However, anything can happen in the WWE, and fans should remember the immortal words of Krusty the Clown. They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone. Next up, match made for All In. As AEW made its first match for its upcoming Wembley Stadium show All In. If not, is there an all-out confusion about the card? While there have been no official announcements, which is baffling as the show is just a month away, it's believed that the IWGP champion Will Ospreay will work a match at Wembley. The question is, against whom? Fightful Select is reporting, "We're told by New Japan Pro Wrestling sources that the plan relayed to them in July was Ospreay competing against former AEW, WCW, Ring of Honor and WWE World Champion Chris Jericho. We're told Don Callis is factored into the equation somehow, but we're unsure which side he'll be on." Meltzer reports that Ospreay, who is a UK native, may work against Kenny Omega. Hopefully AEW will announce some matches. Next up, a top star to miss All In. One wrestler who likely won't appear at All In is former AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter. Dave Meltzer is reporting, "We don't have much on Jamie Hayter, but there has been at least talk that she won't make it back for Wembley, which obviously would be the goal if possible. It's unknown when Hayter will return." Next up, WWE adds a match to SummerSlam. It's official, the WWE has added Shayna Baszler vs Ronda Rousey to SummerSlam, a match fans felt was inevitable but were nonetheless waiting to hear confirmed. The WWE announced the match on Thursday, and while no stipulation has been set, Dave Meltzer commented on this week's Observer, "Rousey vs Baszler in promos will be a fight. We're told the idea is not a street fight but more of an MMA rules type of match, which makes sense with both having extensive backgrounds." In addition, it's believed that WWE will announce Raquel Rodriguez vs Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Next up, SummerSlam missing a top star. One match fans apparently won't be seeing is an undisputed tag team championship defense. You may recall a previous report that Kevin Owens is dealing with a broken rib, and according to Dave Meltzer, the tag titles won't be on the show with Kevin Owens getting time off due to his broken rib. This marks a second PLE in a row where the tag titles haven't been defended, but to be fair, Sami and KO haven't had any sustained programs with any teams other than the Judgment Day. Next up, Saraya frustrated by AEW's booking. It looks like Saraya may be dissatisfied with AEW's booking of her. Someone recently tweeted, "It kind of feels like the Outcast story was a big waste of time. Obviously there's no controlling the Hayter injury, but we didn't get blood and guts out of it. The whole surrounding division paused and it feels like very little was accomplished broadly in the first half of the year." Saraya liked the tweet, leading to speculation that she isn't thrilled with how the group has been booked. If you've been following our analysis of Dynamite, you know that we have criticized their storyline, pointing out how redundant it is and how it often comes as a poor man's version of the New World Order. Ruby Soho, Saraya and Toni Storm are talented wrestlers, but they certainly haven't done much of anything in this storyline. However, none of the women involved have been lighting things up in promos, which really doesn't help. AEW has created many memorable matches and storylines, but its women's division continues to receive mixed reviews. Do you think AEW is at fault for the Outcast storyline to connect with the fans? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, major makeover for WWE Tag Team. Potential spoilers for tonight's SmackDown, so if you don't want to know, skip to the next story. A change could be coming for the Street Profits tonight on the Blue brand, as a better wrestling experience is telling fans to watch out for the Suit Profits, hinting that Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins may be dressing for success. He tweeted several spoilers for SmackDown, including an LA Knight match, an announcement, a new chapter in the Bloodline saga, and a big match for Grayson Waller, and more on Karrion Kross's push. Now, we haven't seen any type of sustained push for Karrion Kross, so it will be interesting to see what plays out for Kross. Meanwhile, what's going on with Bobby Lashley and the superstars he's been mingling with on SmackDown? Is he putting the Hurt Business back together or something else? Will this play into the rumors concerning the Street Profits? Well, let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Vince McMahon bad news. As bad news for WWE fans that prefer Vince McMahon spending his time counting his money rather than meddling in creative. Meltzer is reporting in this week's Observer that the recent rash of alliterative nicknames for wrestlers are surprise the work of one man, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. It was confirmed to us that all the alliterative nicknames on the 17th July Raw were directed from Vince McMahon. It wasn't pushed nearly as hard on SmackDown on 21st July or on Raw on 24th July, so it looks like that it was just an idea that he had and that most thought was bad and he gave up on it after. They're still doing new nicknames of course, but not so many that it got silly with Dirty Dom and Big Bronson Reed and such, but not to where the announcers just sound so fake with one alliterative nickname after another. What do you guys think of Vinnie Mac's nicknames? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, a Legacy pay-per-view returning this year. Last but not least, the WWE is bringing No Mercy back. The show dates back to the Attitude Era and was last held in 2017. Now the WWE is reviving the show, but it'll be an NXT event rather than a main roster PLE. The show is booked for 30th September and will be held in Bakersfield, California. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.